Vazquez, I'm going to give you a little bit more.
Well, then you're going to have to say that because I don't know that.
Yeah, I'm helping you now.
Okay.
Because the Vazquez has a root name of Basque, and I've noticed that here in this little town has a Basque restaurant, right? And Vazquez, to me, when I have what I've studied, has the Basque name and is a Basque name from there. And if you know that it comes from northern Spain, that Basque has a unique linguistic root, which is no other language comes from it. So it has a unique root that no other root comes from it. And this is why I'm going to trigger you, see what you think of the Basque and the Vazquez name and such things as whoever's named on that aspect.
Well, actually, the oldest document that we have, written document, historical document in our family, of this family that we're studying, this of my family, is the baptismal certificate of Esteban de la Luz Vazquez, and he was the brother of my great-grandfather. We found his baptismal certificate, and his baptismal certificate, the names of his parents are spelled with a B and not with a V. So for maybe at one time the name, probably because the B and the V are the same sound in Spanish. And I'm not a linguistics person, but I understand that certain letters in Spanish are the same, glottal stops and all these other things that linguistics talk about. And there's a tendency to blend them and change them as time goes on, like Cuba becomes Cuba, and for example another one would be Javier becomes with a J later on in modern Spanish. Mexico is originally spelled with an X, and in Europe it's still spelled with a J, and so these things change. So I imagine Vazquez was originally a B, and it changed it to a V with the passage of time. The Vazquez, it's possible that we have a Spanish ancestor who was a Basque. That's possible because at the height of the colonial period, and for an extended period of time, at least a third of the soldiers stationed in Sonora were from Spain. So it's possible that there was a Spaniard in there that got romantically involved with one of the people in there, and we could have Spanish blood, and we do have Spanish blood, but how it comes in, I don't know. If it came in through the Vazquez because of that family, or how. Another possibility is that we might get the name because it's possible that the Spaniards assigned last names to the native population for the purposes of census and taxes. The other thing is, and in relation to the Basque, you have to remember is that the first priest that made major conversions in Sonora was in Batuco. I don't recall his name right now, but he was a Basque, and he converted the people of the town of Batuco and its neighbors to the Christian faith, and he was Basque. So they were Basques in there. If we are actually Basque, I don't know. There's a good possibility that that we do have a Spanish soldier who was an ancestor, and because we're not the people that live in Sonora now, in that part of Sonora, none of them are. There are no pure-blooded Opatas. There's also no pure-blooded Spaniards. They totally blended and totally integrated. There was no segregation, and so we could have very likely we have a Spanish ancestor. It's probable, almost certain, and he could have been a Basque.